So now, oven cleaner. 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm here cleaning trucks before I go to work. Every time I use this paint and try to clear it, this paint has been sitting for at least 48 hours curing. Clear it, it does this. First coat of clear. Why does this paint not work together? Same brand, same kind of paint. Your primer works with your paint. Why don't your paint work with your clear? If I wanted wrinkle paint, I'd have bought the wrinkle paint. I don't know how many times I've done this, but torquing 30 and then an extra 90 on the stud, turning it extra 90 degrees, it's sketchy every time. This may not be the right way to do it, but usually take paint, go straight across, then turn it 90 degrees, I guess, is 90 degrees. May not be the right way. You got the fancy tool, the dial on it and all that. It's worked like this for me every time, so. Time to start putting some mains in it. They came in yesterday. Get the rods and mains in. Got my piston swapped over. Got my cylinders home this morning. To the junkyard to look for some valve covers. Couldn't find none. Either were missing or they were just as bad a shape as mine. Probably end up buying new valve covers. Found a set on Marketplace for $100. It's about 45 minutes away and he won't come off the price, so Might let them sit for a couple more weeks. See if they're still there. I'd better do this blindfolded in the dark with one hand. Done a few of them, but I don't ever remember torque specs and all that because it's always so far in between me doing them. What y'all working on today? Saturday. Here. My first week off call in about 2 months. So, yeah, we're about getting called in the middle of putting the motor together. Got the thirst washers in. Got one more to put in when I put the top cap on. Got the crank sitting in. Start putting main caps on, torquing them down. Still got to clean the bolts and the pins. Do that in a minute. All 4 pistons on this side in, rings are checked. 10 thousandths on top, 16 on bottom. Let's get the other side done. Well, as I was compressing the rings on this one, I noticed, I'm glad they sent me more pistons for free. This one's cracked too. See, cracked there, cracked there. Cracked along the inside. Cracked there and there. Well, when I build that 6.2 for the 65, we'll buy some better pistons. Hopefully I'll go forged, but glad I got more. Well, as you can see, I got 5 used pistons here. When I only ordered 1 and ended up with 5. They sent me 5, but only paid for 1. I'm glad they did. because it's putting rings on. Don't know how well this is going to pick up. Not gonna pick up. There you go. You see it right there. See it in that corner right there. There, right there. See that one good. All the way down. All the way down. All 8 of them. Still got 3 more in there. Just ordered 3 more to replace the 3 that's still in there. All 8 of these pistons were cracked. They all would have ended up looking like that. They're all cracked in the same place. I will definitely not be buying these again. Everybody has good luck out of them. I'm not taking the chance. Well, let me rephrase this. I will not be buying them for any other motor. Like this 6.2. This LS. Only reason I'm going back with these and this is because I already had 5 of them. May try to get a hold of them. See what they say. Maybe they had bad batches that year. Or this came from a bad batch. I don't know. Waiting on pistons now. 3 more. Ordered them. Just waiting on them to come in. I guess that gives them time to get them clean. Update y'all whenever they come in. I'll have to hit it again, but that's just 1 coat of the oven cleaner. And the little nylon brush. again here shortly. And then I'll get on another one. That's the second spray down of it. Look at it just melting it. Can you take a guess on which cylinder was getting water? 4 of them there. This is where some of my oil consumption was going to. I was going through about 5 quarts about every 2 weeks. Wish there was a way to delete these. I don't really understand the point of them. Well, I guess I'm gonna end this video off for now, since I'm still waiting on parts. Rock Auto refunded me my money on my gaskets. My gasket kit, head gaskets, all my gaskets for time and chain cover, everything. They were out of stock, but they originally sold it to me. So, if I can get some parts in soon, get this put together, get this mess cleaned up, parts everywhere. See you on the next video. Got all the oil cleaned out. I poured straight gas in it, rinsed it around, and poured it out. So while I'm still waiting on parts, the other 3 pistons and gasket kit, Rock Auto refunded me my gasket kit money because it was out of stock. Don't know when it's gonna be back in stock. So while I'm waiting on parts, y'all seen what was in this, all the oil in the bottom. So I'm gonna do a mod on this that I've seen online. Haven't seen no cons to it. So we're gonna take these flaps out. These flaps don't open until like 3,000 RPM. So take the ends off, pull the rods out, take this cover off, pull these flaps out, put the rod back in, hook it all back up. Computer still thinks it's hooked up and working, so it won't throw a code, but it'll be wide open instead of restricted up until 3,000 RPM. It's not permanent. I can always put it back if it don't run right or something else, it acts funny. Let's get it taken apart. Take these 2 screws out, take this cap off. This piece will pop out. This rod runs all the way through. And you got these that you gotta take out. But take these end pieces and put them back in here like they're supposed to go. So your rods go back through and go back through the holes, so you have less air transferring from one to the other. But you got to pull this piece out. That's another reason I'm doing it. Look at all the oil and stuff built up in it. You can see, got all the flaps out, put the bar back in, reattach the arms. It will still move. But these flaps don't move until like after 3,000 RPM is when they open up. Truck always just felt boggy down low. Let's see how this works. I cleaned the inside of them more. I don't think there's any way to get it completely clean other than buying a new intake. I think I'm gonna take the injectors out and try to clean them how they do with the, what is it, starter fluid. Putting them on the cap, clicking them with a battery in reverse, try to blow them out backwards. This truck's got 340,000 miles on it on these injectors. They probably need to be cleaned.